Greetings once again from the Crusader track. I'm Sports Information Director Mike Stetson. I want to welcome you to another edition of the Crusader Coaches Corner Show. Yes, it's track and field time once again. Not outdoors yet, but indoors, as the GNAC Championship meet will be happening this weekend at the Ford Idaho Center. Crusaders hosting the meet for the 13th straight year and looking to rack up some GNAC titles. Today we're going to talk track with Taylor Deskins, the newest Crusader record holder. She broke the 60-meter dash record this weekend and hit a national qualifying mark. We also have plenty of action going on inside on the hardwood. The Crusader women making their playoff push. They host a pair of games this weekend. Thursday night they host Western Oregon. And then Saturday night want to invite fans out for a very special evening. It's Play for K night, pink night if you will, as the Crusaders holding their annual breast cancer awareness game. We'll have pink NNU hats on sale for $15, t-shirts for $5, and also there will be an autograph session and a silent auction for a Crusader women's basketball warm-up top. All of the money raised going to fight breast cancer. I want to invite everyone out for that. I want to invite everyone out to the Crusaders Conference Track Meet Championship this weekend, Friday and Saturday. And now I want to thank you and say it's time for the Coaches Show. Welcome to this week's Coaches Show. It's GNAC Track Championship Week, and so we are joined by the newest Crusader record holder and NCAA qualifier, Taylor Deskins. Congratulations.
Thank you.
First off, thanks for joining us. Second, how nice is it? School record. Your name's etched in the history books after a 7.71 second.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That was my goal this year, so it was nice to, meet a goal and then have to set a new one during the season. That's always exciting.
And I owe you an apology. Last week, you actually broke the record, 7.79, and we had Lexi Tubbs, who had a great race in the hurdles, and we forgot to mention that you broke the record, but we get to play it up this week because it's also an NCAA mark, so that's also nice.
Yeah.
Talk about what's been going right. I mean, a couple weeks ago you were in the 7.9 range, and then you jump up 0.2 of a second, and obviously in a 60-meter dash, that's just like a day and a half's jump right there.
Yeah. We've been working on my starts a lot because in the 60, it's all about your start. It's all about everything. And so we've been working on my starts, and just every single day I was practicing, just the one thing I needed to fix. And finally, when I got to my race on Saturday, it finally came together, and my start was so much better than it has been. And it showed on the time. So it was pretty exciting.
Being such a short, condensed, and intense season, is it difficult to be able to make those kind of fine-tuned adjustments and gain that kind of time, or does it help because you are so competitive week after week and it is such a short season?
I don't know. I actually, a couple weeks ago I took some time off, so I haven't ran as many races this year as I did last year. I don't know. I don't really think much about breaking my time each week. It's more just taking the step, the things that I need to do that my coaches tell me, and working on each of those things, and then it shows when I race. And so I don't really think about I have this much time to try to break this record, and going into my races I don't think I need to get a 7.71. I just go and I run and I do what they told me to do, and it just comes together.
So what's the goal for this weekend? I know GNAC Championship is real easy to say.
Yeah, my goal is to get first place. That's my ultimate goal. Going into the season, I didn't think that was even possible because my times were so off. I was running last year, I think my PR was a 7.96 or something like that, and so it just didn't even seem like I was going to. So going into this weekend, my goal really is to try to take first place in the 60. But just making it there and placing will be exciting too. because of where I've come, this season. So.
Now, it's really a three-lady race. If you look at the numbers right now, the girl from Alaska, Anchorage, 0.05 seconds ahead of you, and the girl from Simon Fraser, 0.01 seconds behind you.
Right.
So first, second, third is basically just a lean at the wire to decide it. I mean, that's got to be exciting that it's anybody's race.
It is. It's exciting, and at the same time, it's like everything has to come together, for it, you have to have a good start, a good middle, and like a good finish. And if you do those three things, then you're going to win it. And if one thing goes wrong, then that could get you second place or third place. So it's kind of exciting, but nerve-wracking at the same time.
As the unofficial, duly appointed representative of the entire track team by me today, since you're talking, how is the team's attitude going into the meet? Is this team going to win a lot of titles, you think, this coming weekend?
It's been a little bit more of a struggle on some ends. There's some people not running the races that they normally run, but there's some people who are sitting really well and, got a lot farther than they thought. And so I think that everybody is excited, and the people who are going are ready to attack and try to, get PRs and just place highly. So I think that overall people are pretty excited, and we're ready for it. Our coaches have trained us really well, and we're ready for this weekend.
How much of a benefit is it to be competing on a track, one, that you compete on like week in and week out, and two, not having to go anywhere and having the home field advantage?
Yeah, I think that is a huge advantage, the fact that every single weekend we're running at this track, we're used to it, we're used to the way, just everything about it, and the fact that we all get to sleep where we normally sleep, we get to eat and like the routine is the same, and so much of track is like mental. It's like so much, it's not really like what you like, I don't know, it's just all mental, and so the fact that we get to stay in the routine of things is going to be a huge advantage for us. I know, especially for myself, I'm super mental when I run, and so I'm excited that it's here. I think it's, I think it's good.
So we won't disturb you on Friday or Saturday until after you've won the title. And then the 200. Now, how tough is it to focus on something like the 60, straight race in the middle of the track, and then have to work the banks and everything in heats like it is in the 200?
Yeah, it's a lot different. The 200 isn't normally something that I focus on. It's more something that the coaches are like, oh, you have to run. And it's like super different running even outdoor to indoor because of the bank. And it's something that I've had to get used to because last year was my first indoor season. And so it's a lot different to do two turns on a bank. But it's been fun. I don't know. You get the hang of it, I think, more than, I don't know, anything else. It just takes time to get used to.
It's good to note that the coaches probably should have you running the 200.
Yeah.
I think, are you third in the conference or second or third?
No, I'm fifth in the conference. I
second.
went 18th last weekend, and then I ran it, and I PR'd by second.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
how.
just okay.
It's just, I don't know. I didn't really think about it because it's not really something that I'm like, 60's more my focus. It's more like when I'm good at 200.
So 200's just the goof-off race.
Yeah,
that you go out and you get all
like,
conference. And,
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what brought you here. I know you were at Corbin for a year.
Yeah.
Did you run over there?
I did. I ran track over there. They didn't have indoor. They just had outdoor, and they didn't have a track, actually. But it was good. I liked everybody there. It was a really good school. But there was just, the fact that it didn't have a track, just little things, and track was really something that I love track, and so we actually ran our conference meet at an NU. So our outdoor conference meet was here, and that's kind of like, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I kind of liked it, and my boyfriend's brother went here, so I heard really good things about the school, and so that's kind of how I got here. I talked to Spats after my freshman year at Corbin, and was just like, hey, like, I'm thinking about coming here, like, these are my times, do you think I can run here? And it just all worked out, and the coaches here have brought me so far, just from, like, at Corbin I ran a 12.4, and last year I ran a 12.08, so just incredible, like, coaching staff here.
Talk a little bit about what you're going to do after this. I mean, a senior studying flight studies?
Yeah. So I was thinking about graduating this year, but I actually am thinking about coming back next spring and competing again, indoor, outdoor, and getting like my bachelor's in business management.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's kind of in the works. We'll see. I might be back next year because I have one more year of eligibility for track, and I don't know if I want to walk away only doing 3 years when I could do 4.
Because you'll have to come back and hopefully defend a couple of GNAC titles.
Yeah, hopefully.
What do you think you'll be doing? Business administration, you said. What do you hope to do? Will you stay in the area? Will you go back home to Oregon? What is the plan?
I think I'll go back home to Oregon. I'm not really sure yet what I want to do with it. I'd love to maybe like start my own business or something along that. I don't know, I kind of like that. I like hospitality type stuff, working with people, and so maybe along the lines of like food and beverage or something. I don't know, something.
I always joke you during the soccer season when you're filming the games that you were going to win a GNAC title. Now we got to start joking about nationals. How important is it to climb that ladder and maybe get a trip to nationals this year?
Yeah, it's super exciting. I can't even believe like that I made the provisional mark. Like that's super exciting. That was another goal, was just to be like ranked, somewhere in nationals. It's still a little bit of a climb to get to that top where they pick, but it's so much more real now. Like I can actually do this. My race isn't perfect. There's still so many things in my race that I can fix, and so even just today practicing by myself, like just different things that I'm really trying to focus on, because like that could actually happen. And so I don't know, it's exciting, and it's exciting to think about this is just indoor, what could happen outdoor next, like in a few months, how far I can come, and that, because really the 100 is my main focus. That's where I like really excel more, not really like in anything else. So trying to get that, even if this is just like a step towards nationals outdoor in the 100, like that would be super exciting. So that's another goal that I'm kind of working on.
Obviously, very driven athletically. Some of the students that come here, they aren't as driven. What is it that you think is that passion, or what is the drive for you that's made you now a record holder and maybe a national qualifier?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of times I joke about how much I hate track. I hate going to practice. Like, it's just we run. Like, it's not really something where, we get to play. Like, we get to do things. Like, we're literally running and, like, but I don't know. I think that, like, as I excel and I see my times go down, like, I get really excited. And I'm like, what more could I do, to get those times to continue to go down? And I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do any other sports?
In college?
In high school?
Yeah, I did soccer and basketball in high school, and I was not very good. I was just kind of the bass girl that just kind of like ran around and had no skill, but like they like would allow me on the team just because I was like a good defensive player, but other than that, like I had no ball skill coming to like other sports.
Let's see. We should mention that the track meet this weekend, 9 o'clock Friday, the heptathlon and pentathlon start. You guys go later in the day,
Yeah.
prelims Friday evening, and then Saturday, 8:45, the multi-events start. I believe you guys start, the full meet starts at 9 o'clock. Tickets are available on the GNAC website or at the door. So I want everybody to come out and cheer on the Crusaders. Potentially we could have a slew of GNAC champions this weekend, and it'll be pretty exciting. Thank you so much for joining us, Taylor.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Crusader men's basketball team was at home Thursday night hosting number 22 Seattle Pacific. The Crusaders came up short in a hard-fought game, falling 81-71. Leading the way for the Crusaders was De'Twan Rogers with 25 points and 7 rebounds, while Buna Njai, shown here, had 15 points, and Mike Wright added 12 points. Saturday night, the Crusaders took on St. Martin's, falling 98-68 at home. Joel Devasti had 21 points to lead the Crusaders, while Buna Njai had 18 points and 6 rebounds, and Rogers added 11 points and 6 boards. Also in action this weekend was the Crusader track and field team, completing their regular season in a tune-up for the GNAC Championships this coming weekend. Peyton Lewis led the way with an automatic qualifying mark in the pole vault, clearing 16 feet 10.75 inches, while teammate Zach McClellan added a NCAA provisional mark of 15 feet 5 inches in the pole vault. Also, setting a new school record shown here is Taylor Deskins, who ran a 7.71 second 60-meter dash, also an NCAA mark. The Crusaders back in action this weekend at the GNAC Championships.